Hi everyone, welcome back to Home and Away with Candy. Today we are here in my stitching studio and you may ask, why are you on the floor? We are going to be heat pressing some DTF today. This is my first experience working with DTF, so I am not a pro, but I have been so pleased. I'm getting ready for a family trip to Disney, and so I am creating some shirts for ourselves. I do not sell these, and wanted to just show you how easy for a beginner it is to use DTF and to create some shirts for your own family. There's a lot of DTF transfers that you can buy out online. In addition to, I purchased my shirts from Jiffy, and they included one DTF per shirt that I purchased. So that's a great option if you're looking to do some family shirts for a vacation, or if you're looking to get into the business of DTF. That might be a great place to try it if you've been interested in doing that. So I'm going to get the camera flipped around and we can look at the setup that I have going on here. Just to show you a couple that I've already done. This one is for my son. I think it turned out really cute. We're going to go see the House of Mouse, and then some first flight shirts for my son and daughter for our airplane ride. So really cute, really easy. I did the 3 of these within 30 minutes, and that was with me haven't ever used DTF before. I have used heat transfer vinyl before, so I do have some experience with that. But I wanted to show you this process as I'm going through making our shirts, and you can decide if this is something you want to do for yourself. So stay tuned. All right, so here I have my setup. I am using a Cricut Easy Press that is set to 290 degrees for 15 seconds. If you don't have a heat press, you can still use your home iron for this. I think it's recommended to use between the cotton and linen settings with no steam. And I think, if you have a little heat gun thermometer, you can check that iron temperature to make sure you're where you need to be. But just no steam if you're using your home iron. I have my ironing board down on the floor. That's so that I can use pressure without wondering if my ironing board is going to collapse. So it's more of a peace of mind. I haven't had that happen, but I don't want it to happen either. And I have a wooden board here behind my shirt. I wasn't getting a good press because of some curvature in my ironing board. So I just have just a wood board here behind. It's not going to have any kind of splinters. It's a finished wood. And then I have my shirt. So I'm going to go ahead and press out my shirt and just make sure that there's no more moisture in the shirt and that we have a good flat surface to go off of. All right, so I'm going to take my transfer, and my DTFs came in a big sheet that I had to cut out. Yours may not. To get the center, I am going to line up the edges and just give a crease, a small crease. Oh, my iron press is saying I'm not using it enough. Just a small crease to kind of mark your centers of your image and kind of center it where you think it should be. Then I am going to take a tape measure and we're going to measure across from the armpit seam to the armpit seam. So that's 15. So center is 7.5. So I'm going to mosey that over to where I think it's lined up with that 7.5. And these are going to be on Wiggly Kids, so if it's not exactly, it'll be okay. I have some heat-resistant tape. That's sometimes tricky to get restarted. Don't need a big piece, but this is just going to make sure that my transfer does not wiggle into places I don't want it to wiggle. And I happen to already have this tape when I started, so I'm used to the heat transfer vinyl. Kind of has a sticky carrier sheet, but this did not. And so I found that I needed the transfer tape. So we're going to take our iron. Whoop, there we go. See, that's the reason I'm afraid I didn't have my iron all the way down. Not my iron, my ironing board. So we're going to give some good pressure for at least 15 seconds. And kind of get, you want to be careful about burnish marks. Sometimes I get those with certain shirts, but I think my temperature is a little bit lower for this. You can do hot or cold peel with this. And if it's not peeling, then we may need to hit it again with the iron. And we're going to come back and with a Teflon sheet and come back over this a little bit. So don't fret. All right. Oh, it's good. It's so fast. One of the things in my life right now is I do not have time to be weeding vinyl. And this was so easy to just open the package and there it was, ready to go, that I didn't have to worry or uncover my silhouette. All right, I'm just looking to see if there's any places that are raised up. I don't see any. It feels so smooth. I can see my lines, which is what I want to see, meaning I have a good adherence. I don't feel anything ruffling up. If I did, we would just go over it again. And there you have it. Just that quick, we have a shirt. And I'm not going to sit here and go through all of these with you, but rewatch it if you need to. I just think this was so cool and had to share. So thanks for joining. I hope this has been helpful to you in some way, and we'll see you back here next time. Bye. Popping back on to give one more tip. Be sure, I didn't know this, be sure to cut away if your DTF has this line down the side, or you will get a line on your shirt. I did not realize this. And also my file name up here at the top, I'm going to print that off as well. So just another tip so you can learn from me and my mistakes as we are going through this process. So thanks again for watching. Bye.